Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 21st episode of our gaming news podcast, the PackCast. Hosting with me, as always, we have Cool Trainer Camillo, the Janebo, and our Tea Lounge boy, Dan. Today's topics are the state of play is tomorrow / it was on Tuesday, but we're going to do another round of predictions because we like to do that when things fall in a weird, if we're recording before and it's happening after, we do a predictions anyway because it's fun for us. And we hope you enjoy it. So there was a glitched Pokemon on the Pokemon website that was revealed, and I personally lost my mind. Fortnite is getting some changes, and Link's Awakening launched, and we are so excited. 75% of us have this game, and it's been a lot of what we've been playing, so it's cool. All right, so that's enough of the intro. Let's dive right into the PlayStation State of Play. So the Nintendo Direct, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I mean, the Sony PlayStation State of Play is on 9/24. They have announced via Twitter that The Last of Us 2 is going to make an appearance. And Destiny 2's expansion has been teased. Maybe we'll see some Death Stranding. It's going to be 20 minutes long. And the question is, are we excited?
I'm excited for Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that for
Last of Us 2.
We haven't seen that for a year and a half. And the gameplay they showed back at that E3 was amazing. So I'm excited about that. Death Stranding, I don't really... the stuff that has been coming out about it has made me less excited about that game.
It looks so weird.
Kojima said something like, it really doesn't get good until halfway through.
Yeah, that means it's bad.
Why, man?
I mean, it could be one of those movies that it's not the greatest until the very end, where you get that ending that just totally turns it around. Oh my gosh!
Maybe,
but
movies that are a slow simmer with a very satisfying payoff are different than it doesn't get good until halfway.
Yeah, the twist ending doesn't usually come in the middle of a movie.
So I don't know about Death Stranding. That doesn't interest me. It looks weird. It looks like Kojima's I had a weird dream once, and I'm going to make a video game about it. It's
and I have the clout to do so.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I got the money and the clout, so I'm going to do it.
I'm going to sell 10 million copies of this game, and nobody's going to know what the heck's going on.
I know, and everyone's only going to play 3 hours of it, because it's just going to be weird.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a really good game.
Yeah. I'm not wishing ill on him, and I want the game to be a success, obviously, because if I made a game, I wouldn't want just some random schmo being that looks dumb. I hope he fails. I mean, obviously, yeah, I hope it's cool and that it's successful and it looks interesting. And props to the fact that it doesn't look like anything we've seen before.
Yeah,
it's true.
I can't think of any game that's oh yeah, that's definitely a blank like. In the future, we're going to have Death Stranding likes, how we have all these Souls-like games now because it didn't used to be a thing. Now we're going to have Stranding likes. Maybe.
I don't even know what else they could show. They the video had this weird.
They said they're not going to talk about any PlayStation 5 anything. So
well, that's actually cool because I'm going to buy one on launch day, but every time it gets brought up, I keep saying I'm not because I just know how expensive it's going to be. But I feel like my PlayStation 4 still has some life in it. I'd love to get some more games and play some more PS4 stuff.
There was one way that I'm disappointed with PS4 is that it's not backward compatible with anything.
PS5 is supposed to be, so
backward compatible with only PS4 or with all previous?
They definitely confirmed PS4. I don't know if anything else was confirmed.
Can you play PS1 games on PS4, or is that just every PS3?
All PS3s can play PS1.
What does PS Now have? PS Now has PS2 games and...
But PS Now is different.
PS3 and 4. I don't... Maybe a few 2 games?
Paying for a service to access games to through emulation is different than being able to pop in your original disc and playing it through the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if it emulates it, like I know, well, we're getting off topic. Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe
So-
they'll announce that at State of Play.
Yeah, State of Play. Yeah, backwards compatibility. Do you think that's coming in the State
Yeah.
of Play?
I highly doubt that it will come out. I think
It's
that
too late in the
PlayStation,
life cycle.
like, they had the PS3 be backward compatible, and then they took it out with future iterations of the PS3
Well, yeah, 'cause they said
because they claimed that people didn't want to use it. So I don't think they're.
No, they said they changed the art. Like it was a completely different architecture. It like just couldn't.
it wouldn't fit.
I heard that they removed it because they didn't think it was a popular feature as well. Because if it was a popular feature,
you mean
they
from-
would have made a way
You
to
mean
keep
from
it.
PS3 or going to PS4?
PS3 to PS3 later.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
Like
yeah,
the
'cause it
early
was-
iteration of
because
PS3
the
was
early-
backward compatible.
Yeah, because it was basically like a PS2 jammed in there, so it made it a lot more expensive. So they took it out to lower the price.
Get a second
Yeah.
job, man.
And their claim that it wasn't a popular feature, it's like, I don't think their heart is in backward compatibility. They can make it work if they wanted to.
Plus,
I
they're
don't
very.
think that's where their heart is.
They're all
They're
about the
also, like, they don't-
remasters.
Yeah, but they don't make it like if they add backwards compatibility, like they don't make any money when you buy like an old game for your new PlayStation. Like they
No.
want you to buy the new games.
I mean,
True.
they could on their digital shop, like, but then I don't know. I mean, that's what Xbox is doing. But I mean, how could they remaster The Last of Us, which was a PS3 game? Like they remastered so many PS3 games
Yeah, 'cause
onto
they
the
wasn't backwards compatible.
PS4,
Yeah.
and it's just like, how are they going to be able to do that if they make it backwards compatible? Can't sell me my same game collection again, which I, as a fool, bought the Nathan Drake collection. I bought The Last of Us Remastered, and
I still haven't bought The Last of Us Remaster. I only played it on PS3.
You could get it for like $5 every.
Yeah, but I'm just like I
couple
don't
months.
need like I was like maybe, but like I don't need it. I just played on the PS3 version. Still looks amazing.
Are the Last of Us games good?
There's only one.
really
and
good.
yes.
one, and it's
Well, apparently there are like
supposed-
5 different versions of it, though.
No, there's
Because they
not
want to
two.
sell you more.
No, just
There's-
two. There's a one
there's
and then a
two.
remastered.
and then there's
Okay.
DLC, and that's it.
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a 10 out of 10 game. I don't really know much about the story,
really
but
good
I
story.
know
It's pretty good.
if you play the game for an hour and you don't feel a feeling, then you probably
Well,
should
yeah, you
see
might be a
physician.
sociopath if you don't
Yeah,
feel
you
a feeling.
If you play the first hour of that game, you don't feel anything. You gotta see a doctor.
Yeah,
What if I feel boredom?
I'm really excited for this game. Like, it's gonna focus on Ellie. Looks really good.
Looks cool. Those little like posters, or I don't know if they're posters, but like those tweets. Do you guys know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah, yeah, with the weapons and like
yeah, the knife and the hammer.
yeah. Then there was also a watch and a bracelet.
Dude, those look so cool.
Okay.
Really cool. Like that's such a small tease, but like that was just a really cool touch that they did to like get people hyped. And I mean I've only put in, I don't know, 5 hours, 6 hours.
It's not that long of a game. It's like 20
Yeah.
hours.
You should beat
Okay.
it. It's really good.
All right,
Yeah. Definitely
I'll
beat
do
it
that.
before the second one comes out.
with all that free time I got.
Oh, there
I
is
do
there's a rumor or a leak of the release date of Last of Us Part 2.
Ooh, what is it?
Isn't it-
February
I
28th, 2020.
All right,
It's like the week before Final Fantasy VII Remake.
don't- Oh, really?
Belated Valentine's Day gift for everyone.
Surprised maybe they'll do like a February 29, 2020.
Wait, is next year a leap year?
Yeah, it is.
Why didn't they go for like February 20th, 2020? Or February 22nd, 2020? Just to keep the 2s and the 0s.
It's probably like a Sunday
know.
or something.
You should tweet at them that. See if
It's
We're getting off
probably
topic.
off cycle to the release date. But
yeah, it has to be
yeah.
like a Tuesday.
Tuesday or a Friday. Friday's a big one.
Tuesday, that would have been
Well, no, like,
perfect.
don't all PlayStation games come out on Tuesdays?
Are they?
Or like, I feel like just the Nintendo games come out Friday.
Stay.
Xbox does too, though. And Borderlands came out on a Friday. I think a lot of games are starting to come out on Fridays.
What do we think about Destiny 2 expansion? Does anyone care? I feel like a lot that we're the wrong crowd to maybe talk about Destiny.
I have
2.
zero cares on Destiny.
Because I actually played it, got into it, got a little competitive into the PvP for Destiny 2 when it came out before any of the expansions. Like, took a lot of time to get the Mida multi-tool. I don't know. I got into it. I was like looking into like how to min-max everything. And I just think Destiny 2 gets boring. Like, I don't find it that interesting.
Games like Destiny and Destiny 2, they kind of make me think like I question the longevity of a game like that because it's a primarily online game. You can't really play it offline, right?
There's a story.
There's a story you can play offline, I think.
And
but
I
that's
think
not like the bulk,
strikes.
is it? That's not the bulk of the content?
No, it's kind of like a... I think they call it a share world shooter, but it's kind of like World of Warcraft, where it's, an always online type of experience.
Okay.
And it's like it's a loot grind.
Yeah, because I feel like games like that eventually expire. Once people stop playing it and the server shut down, like there's not going to be any reason to ever revisit it.
But they have they have continuous support. They have a ton of expansions come out. Like this is probably like the 4th expansion for Destiny 2. It has a lot more life than a lot of other games that are just like a single player experience. You play it for 15, 20 hours and then you're just done with it.
I did like Destiny 1 more than Destiny 2. There was more story. I think who's that actor? Nathan Fillion is in Destiny 2 and he's really funny. Do we want to wrap up the state of play? Do we have any other predictions? We should probably talk about that. Like, what else do we think that hasn't been teased or announced? Ratchet and Clank, the movie game 2.
2? Oh god, I hope so.
That's what I want.
I mean,
Metal Gear Solid 6? I have no clue.
My like long reach hope that I'm like always dreaming of is if they remade like Jak and Daxter like they did Spyro. Or no, not Spyro. The Crash.
Ratchet and Clank.
Wait, why not like Spyro? Is the Spyro remake bad?
Well, no, Naughty Dog is made both.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So that's your pie in the sky?
Yeah,
John,
pie in the sky.
You got a pie in the sky, John?
God of War 2. It's way too early, but I want it. I want to see it.
It's not coming out on this system.
I don't care. I want a tease.
Ugh, that game was so good.
Amazing.
All right. Final thoughts? All right, that's what we think, and we'll probably all be right because we're geniuses. Moving on! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls over the age of 13, get excited because Sirfetch'd is announced officially. I actually was super surprised because I thought Sirfetch'd was just like a code name that people were calling the Farfetch'd evolution.
Yeah.
So it's a code name because I believe Sirfetch'd was the name to the Pokemon in the Gold and Silver beta.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
So it was supposed to happen in Gen 2, but then they Thanos snapped like so many of those.
Oh man,
yeah.
I gotta educate myself on that. So there was a glitch Pokemon. We saw this live, didn't we, Cam?
Yeah, it was during the shiny race.
Yeah, we were shiny racing, and then there was a tweet from Pokemon that was like, check out this weird thing on our website. And there was like this weird glitched image of a Pokemon on the Pokemon website. And we all had our predictions. And the main guess was that it was going to be the Farfetch'd evolution, Sirfetch'd. And we were right. So Sirfetch'd is the evolution of Farfetch'd, which was a Gen 1 Pokemon. He's a normal type. He was like a little duck with a leek. And he is one of my personal favorite Pokemon, mostly because he's so useless. Like, that's why I really liked him. Is because he was just a little silly duck with a leek in his hand. Like, it was just so funny. He was,
like, also obscure, too, because, like, you couldn't find him in the wild. You can only get him through a trade.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like, you couldn't do anything with him.
Yeah, it's so weird. But now, he is going to be exclusive to Pokemon Sword, which changes everything for me, I think, until we find out, which is the bigger question. do you think we'll get an exclusive evolution of an old one-form Pokemon exclusive to Shield? And what Pokemon would that be? All right, so I've got done gushing.
Okay.
Cam, do you want to jump in?
Definitely, because they're not going. No, I meant definitely. Yes, we're getting a Shield one.
Yes.
Because they're not going to lopside it like that. Whenever you have an exclusive like that, there has to be a counterpart.
Yeah.
My guess is either Dunsparce, because Dunsparce has had no love, and that Pokemon is also useless. But what I would also think makes sense is Shuckle, because it's like very defensive, like a shield.
Yep. Actually, that was what I was looking up and what people were saying, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Shuckle is Gen 3?
2.
Oh, Shuckle's Gen 2. Okay. So that makes a little bit more sense for these older school Pokemon to be brought
Shuckle's
to
like
modern
another
day.
one of those, like, you only got, like, in the original Gold and Silver, like, you got it through a gift, but you could also, like, Rock Smash for it. But yeah, it was another one of those, like, through an NPC. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense if it's another NPC Pokemon. But yeah, exclusive to Sword. I've been saying ever since the announcement, I was like, man, I'm gonna get Shield. Like, I always play like tank characters whenever, like in an MMO or something. Shield characters are cool. I liked the look of Zamazenta.
Zamazenta, yeah.
Zamazenta a little bit more than Sif or whatever his name is. John. John, is what's it called?
Oh.
In Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah, Sif.
Yeah. So yeah. What do you think, John or Dan? I
have a good one.
What do you think?
All right, so I know this has a baby form. I don't think it has a form after it, but Jinx, and it evolves into a queen.
Ooh.
Because they're over in the UK.
That's cool. I like that idea.
I was always confused why Jinx, because I always thought like Jinx, Electabuzz, and Magmar went together, but when Jinx was left out of like the Gen 4 evolutions, that was just like strange to me. So, yeah.
I always just thought it was Jinx and Mr. Mime. We're like,
oh yeah, yes, Mr. Mime. Does Mr. Mime has a baby form too?
He's got a baby.
I think they pair Mr. Mime and Pseudo Wudo more, because those have been version exclusives. Like when they came out with like Bonsly and Mime Jr., like those were version exclusives. What
if we get a Mr. Mime that's like a jester and a Jinx that's like a queen?
I like it.
Dan, you're gonna Photoshop all this stuff for us, right?
Oh my gosh, my pack can't handle it. I do have a prediction though. Maybe Pokemon Shield will get a new evolution of Ramshack. It's a ram that lives in a shack, and it's pretty useless.
I'm lost.
He's just making up new Pokemon. That's Dan's. What Dan
and
does.
The evolution will be Ramshed. The ram is moved from a shack to a shed.
Wouldn't it be the other way around? Wouldn't a shack be better than a shed?
No, because it'll be more useless.
Oh man.
Wonderful.
I do have a question though. Like there's already 2 games, and they have exclusive content for one and exclusive content for the other, but they're essentially the same game other than that. Like, and they always do this with Pokemon. I mean, like, I know the reason, and I'm hoping that the reason isn't simply we want to sell 2 copies instead of 1.
Well, that's part of the reason.
No,
that's a little bit of the reason, but I also think mostly the reason is we want this to be like a community game where like people are interacting with each other, and like if you have the Sword version, you have to find somebody who has the Shield version so that you can complete your Pokédex.
Yeah,
like,
trade. It incentivizes trading.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is specifically a reason within the game as to why there are 2 versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want you to trade Pokemon. Like, that's why they did it.
Okay, because, like, the cynical side of me is like, why not make 3 or 4 or 5 versions? Then you have to trade even more, and we'll sell even more copies.
Well, they
why
do.
stop at 2?
No, it's more like...
They do afterwards. They
sell enhanced
They
versions.
make 1 more or 2 more, like of an enhanced or a sequel or something. And they sell those.
It's so complicated. How can anyone catch them all?
Those are more than just like, oh, this is the Sword version, this is the Shield version. Like, they've added more than just they're different Pokemon. They're like new features to it.
You know there's going to be an article one day written about the person who finally caught them all.
People catch them all the time.
People have them
Someone
all.
has every single Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of
people
people do.
What?
I am in shock that you think that that's not a thing as you are that somebody has them all.
There are thousands, and you need to buy how many copies of each game to get them all?
There's
There's
less
800
than
of them.
thousands, and you could just buy one copy and have a bunch of friends.
There's less Pokemon than there are moons in Super Mario Odyssey. And you got all the moons in Odyssey, right?
Wait, you say less?
There's less Pokemon than there are
There are
moons.
880 moons in Odyssey,
There's
and there are over
999.
1,000.
No,
Going to
we're,
be-
we're about to go over 1,000 if we include all
About
the
to go over
forms.
1,000, okay.
If we include all the different forms, but yeah.
But if we talk Pokédex entries,
We were
That's
saying
not-
including all forms because we were talking about like number of models of Pokemon.
right? But but he's
Yeah.
talking about Pokédex
Yeah.
entries.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does a completely 100% filled Pokedex look like? Because there are so many exclusives that you have to be at a specific event at a specific time to get this exclusive Pokemon.
Well, a lot of times, mythical Pokemon don't count, and
Yeah,
those
so like
are...
the game will give you a like certificate saying you completed the dex, but all of the event exclusive Pokemon aren't required to get that.
Well, that's a cop-out, you know? Well, then my original statement stands. You know there's going to be that one guy that gets that article written about them that has all the Pokemon, including the ones that people don't count because they want to have them all.
No, there's
Cam,
also...
didn't
there's
you just
also,
complete
like-
your decks?
Who?
Didn't Cam just complete the decks?
Oh yeah, like in Omega Ruby. That's not
Yeah.
all of them though, because it's an older game.
Yeah, there's
But I have
no
all the
way
Pokemon.
to have every single Pokemon in existence, including shinies and...
Well, no, that's
yeah,
those are different.
the shinies don't count.
See what I mean?
No,
But it's
I
the
don't
same
see what you
Pokemon.
mean
It's the
because
same
I'm
Pokemon.
disagreeing with you.
People do have a complete like of all the released shinies. People do have a complete shiny dex.
So there's someone out there that has every single iteration of every single Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah. If you've been able to get it shiny, like there's some Pokemon you just have never been able to get shiny unless you hack it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you think it's that surprising.
Also, action replay exists. People just
There's so many stipulations.
Yeah.
So
And then
they
there's
have to
just-
track down this person who's at this event in some country at a
Right.
specific time.
But here's the thing. Dan, you know how you kind of only you gravitate towards like these specific types of games? There are people who only play Pokemon, and that's all they play. So imagine how dedicated they would be to getting them all if that's the only thing they played.
Right. I
Yeah.
would imagine they would have to spend decades going and doing all of these things.
Well,
And
yeah,
just
people have been
trade
playing
sure
for
enough,
people.
decades.
people have.
You also move up your old Pokemon, like so. Like when a new
Yeah,
game
there's,
comes
like-
out, you just get the new ones.
Until the latest game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get a couple hundred more, and then you upload all your other ones from your previous games, and you're good to go. Bam.
Huh. Crazy. Wow.
This was supposed to be a quick
It was
segment.
a short segment, but I will say this: the person who made it long was Dan.
Mind blown. I will say mind blown. And I can cut a bunch of this if I need to.
Oh, I loved it. I loved every second. All
I
right.
enjoyed it as well.
Summing up, then, does anybody have any final thoughts on Sirfetch'd?
I think it's cool if
Mhm.
we get a really cool exclusive for Shield. I may just jump to Shield.
We'll just swap.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I love how Farfetch was trending.
Yeah, on Twitter. That was
On
that was cool. The power of Pokemon. Alrighty, cool. All right, moving on. Let's just barrel right into Fortnite is getting bots, and that's getting added to their matchmaking in season 11. They're also getting skill-based matchmaking. So it's no longer just kind of a hodgepodge of who's who of like, you might have just like 3 elite players or a really good team against just a bunch of noobs. Like you'll get stacked against players who have the same skill level as you. And the one reason this could be happening is to make the game more accessible. They keep making more efforts to make the game more accessible. So I'm going to just throw it straight over to John because...
Can you explain what bot means exactly?
A bot is like a Goomba. It's like... an artificially intelligent, like, coded enemy that you have to kill.
Okay. So it is an artificially intelligent enemy within the game that you are fighting against that is part of this battle royale. It's not going to be in just a one-player. Is there even a one-player campaign in Fortnite?
Yeah, it's called Save the World.
Okay, so it's not just bots are in the one-player campaign. It would be in the multiplayer verse.
Right, but they would play like, they would try to win the battle royale as a bot.
So, like, you just have a bunch of people in a battle royale, but some of the players are just bots?
Yeah.
Isn't it hard enough to win a battle royale without bots?
Well, I feel like the bots would stink.
Yeah, they would be worse. And it's not going to be in every match, and it's not in the competitive... Like, you could play non-competitive modes. So they're not going to be in the competitive modes, and it's only probably going to be, like, until you get good enough to face real opponents. Like, games like Paladins, and I think Phil said Overwatch. They face you against these bots before you go into regular matchmaking. And that's what I think that this is going to be. Like, it says, as you get better, as your skill gets higher, you're going to get matched with players with the similar skill base, which is the skill-based matchmaking.
So it's more like training wheels then? It's not just a way for them to fill the world, even though they have fewer and fewer people playing now, to make it seem like more people are playing?
There's never a shortage of people playing. Like, you're going to get into a match with 100 people no matter what.
Yeah, with a
so
very short
it's more like
time.
Training wheels to get you used to the game before you jump in?
Yeah, or like if you never improve, maybe like you can always play against the bots and not get discouraged because you're like, oh, I'm winning, but like you're winning like in like the lowest possible tier, but like a win's a win. An endorphin rush isn't an endorphin rush.
Yeah.
So
it's the Fortnite equivalent of everyone gets a sticker class.
Yes.
Okay.
This is being...
I mean, I feel like you're I don't know, devaluing this.
Well, I'm trying to understand it is what I'm doing. I'm not sure exactly what the purpose is. So it's because I've never played Fortnite, so
it's to get people used to how a Fortnite match like is played and
without getting smoked.
Okay. Yeah, because like
so it's a training VR missions essentially.
Pretty much.
Training.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is this being added to the base game, or is this like a new mode? Like, can you?
It's the base game. So, well, I don't think.
Like, can you do ranked and unranked?
Well, there's which are the competitive modes. There's ranked modes. I think it's called Arena is the competitive, and then just the regular battle royale is where they're gonna put these bots. And I feel like if you've played the game, for some amount of time, you're not gonna see any bots. You might not even know that there's a bot. Like, I mean, this is good because personally, I'm not that good at this game, and I hate landing and just getting destroyed by somebody that is way better than me. Like, if I could just, hone my skills a little bit better and then, work my way up in skill instead of,
I feel like we're kind of
dying.
We're breezing past the skill-based matchmaking thing, and we're only talking about the bots. But like skill-based matchmaking is like amazing because then you're playing against people who are as good as you, and it's like you're not getting annihilated. You can like do good, I mean, do as good as you can. I think it's cool. I don't know. I'm down for that. I mean, I probably. I don't see bots in Overwatch anymore because I beat that part of the game.
Yeah.
But I imagine you would graduate if you have any skill. If that's what they're doing, you would graduate away from the bots pretty fast.
Yeah,
and start playing people.
I think this is one of their better implementations because, they brought those mechs in.
Mechs ain't doing it.
Yeah, mechs really annoyed people.
Yep.
So this, I think, is a better idea. And a lot of other shooters or competitive games do this. They do the skill-based matchmaking, and they do the bot thing. I'm hoping like you could put bots into custom matches, so you could fill out your custom match a little bit more.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I didn't see anything about that.
That'd be fun. Yeah, but they do skill-based matchmaking for tons of stuff. Like, I used to play a couple years ago a ton of Hearthstone, and that's all skill-based matchmaking. Like, you work your way up the ladder, and like when you lose a game, you get knocked down a rung, and then you have to like win again to like keep going all the way up. And the idea is to climb the ladder each season to get to the top tier. And like that would be cool to see every season a reset, so that people aren't just like, matchmaked. Like if you did really, really great one season and you're always stuck in that top tier, it would be great to see it reset every season. You'd have to rebuild your reputation as being a good Fortnite player. I think that would be cool.
I think for like games, I've been playing Gears of War 5, and they have a system where you have to play like, I don't know, 5 matches or 10 matches before they could place you. Yeah.
I know like Super Mario Maker 2 has skill-based matching in their multiplayer. Like the S and S Plus often get matched together in the online.
Do they have a lag and lag plus section for that?
Do they have a friends section yet? Where the heck is it?
All right, let's wrap it up because we're going to talk about Link's Awakening and we're running out of podcasts. Final thoughts on Fortnite?
They added Batman this week, and it's awesome. There's Gotham City in there.
Dude, what's going on with is it like an anniversary for Batman? Because we got
Batman Day is like September 23rd, I think. So today.
Because there's free Batman games in the Epic Store. Check those out. And apparently there's a Batman crossover in Fortnite. Check it out. All right, let's move on to talk about the greatest game to come out in the last couple of months. And that's the Link's... And last couple of months.
But it's pretty good.
Last couple of months.
What came out the last couple of months?
Also, you're derailing. We haven't even said what game it is yet. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, one of the greatest games to come out in the last couple of months. What other games you talk about?
No, because I heard you say this year, and I was like,
No, a lot of good games came out this year.
I mean, Fire Emblem was in the past couple months,
and One of still stands.
That's true. It's in the top 3 games, top 3 best games to come out in the last 3 months.
One of the best games to come out on September 19th.
Yeah.
Or 20th.
20th. I am playing it. I did the first 15 on this channel. Please watch it, even if you've
very well done.
Oh, thank you very much. Even if you've seen it, I actually... Never mind, I'll tell you offline. There's a behind-the-scenes story I don't feel like sharing. It was the fastest-selling Switch title in the UK in 2019. It outperformed the launch of Super Mario Maker 2. It dethroned Borderlands 3 really fast. And I'm playing it, Camp's playing it, John's playing it. I only have one complaint, and I'm not going to bring it up yet. I will say that I'm really enjoying it. I looked up on Instagram to see, I was posting on Instagram when I was playing Link's Awakening DX, and I was playing it 2 years ago. Oh, wow. So I beat this game 2 years ago, the DX version on the 3DS, and it was 10 out of 10 then, and I'm feeling very happy thoughts about it now. How are you guys feeling about it?
I liked it a lot. I actually just beat it last night.
Oh, wow.
Oh, GG.
Yeah.
Look for the review.
Yes. Camilla will be reviewing it. So look for that.
Yeah, I don't know what's
on the
come out,
Gameplay
but
channel.
yeah, it might be up. It might be coming very soon.
Yeah, very soon. We review them as fast as we can because we're not
Yeah, we don't get free copies.
We don't get free copies, and no one's paying us to do this. So yeah, yet send us free games. # We would make reviews faster if we had free games and corporate backing. But
I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Yeah.
Because I played the original. I didn't beat the original, and I clearly didn't beat it when it came out. But but yeah, it felt like they didn't. don't know, what's the word? They didn't make it easy. Like it still feels like it's an old game.
Mm-hmm.
Like how where old games like didn't tell you what to do.
It's very
where to go.
obscure.
Well, it's got the owl still.
Yeah,
And it has
but,
it has the telephone too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
and you can
telephone
still
is
you can
helpful.
look at your journal too and see. You can like look up all like what the owl says and like where he said it and stuff like that.
I actively avoid the telephone because I'm just like, I got this. But
I use the telephone a lot because I'm just like I like unless
because
somebody,
you're like, let's go.
unless somebody tells me what to do, I'm gonna be stuck here chopping grass for like the next week.
Yeah, there was a spot in the game, no spoilers. I will just say the golden leaf section.
Oh yeah.
And one of them I could not find. But apparently if you go to the phone, it tells you.
Yeah, it tells you where the ones you missed.
I was kind of confused because when like you go to that character about the leaf thing, they tell you to get an item. I didn't even use the item.
Yeah, no.
That
That's
was like
correct.
super. I was like, wait, do I have to use this to find it? And nope, I didn't even use it. So like,
Yeah. If you watch my stream, I was using that item for probably a solid 17 minutes, and I'm like, I have used this item in every area that I could possibly use this item. However, nothing is happening. And
I stumbled upon the leaf. I didn't even talk to the guy
Mhm.
before doing the leaf thing, and I just like stumbled upon it, and I'm like, oh, I guess these leaves need to go somewhere.
Oh, funny.
Search for the guy.
Oh, weird. I would assume that would have been like a.
Well, I was
like
supposed to talk. I was supposed to talk to the guy, but then I ended up not going to him right away, and I ended up in the spot where all the leaves are.
Can you sequence break in this game? Like,
No, you have to do them in order.
You do?
I think you have to do them in order.
Because I got one of the items, I'm not going to say what, and then I just left the dungeon because I needed a fairy. And I was like, oh, wait, but I already have the item. Like, should I just try to go somewhere else in the
I guess
world?
you could do it that way. Like, without finishing the dungeon.
starting dungeons but not finishing them and doing a different one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I soft locked a dungeon.
Really?
The first, I think, or the
How
second.
much of
the
it have
second
you
dungeon.
played, John? I played for 7.5 hours.
I played through 3 dungeons.
3 dungeons? I did
And it was
3
about
dungeons and the color
4
dungeon.
hours.
3 instruments in the color dungeon.
You haven't done the colored dungeon yet. But yeah, the second dungeon, I could not figure out where to get this one key.
I feel like a few of them I got the keys in like the order that they didn't anticipate. So like I had to go wandering around to find like a key for like a nearby door, but it was really I used the key for like a door that was like very far away.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I love how the game is set up like that. Like I tweeted something today saying that, you know, I love Link's Awakening so far. I don't know what I'm doing 95% of the time, and that's perfect. Like I think that's amazing. I wish more games would just not tell
more
you
old
anything
school like that.
Yeah.
I miss that. I really, really miss not having my handheld in a Nintendo game. Like that's just it's a bygone
I like
era.
that to some extent, but if I'm just like I don't know.
Well, if you're
like,
totally lost, you can just Google it.
Yeah.
Like I don't need an in-game thing to tell me what to do. I just feel like I'm being like
because I feel like sometimes the
pandering to
game
the-
will like throw me something and like I'm trying everything and nothing's working and like how am I supposed to know how to do this? I feel like I would just stumble upon it. And then sometimes it's satisfying, but then sometimes it's like, oh really? Like why did it take me that long to figure that out? Kind of thing.
Some of it's like it's locked behind the trading aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And like the first trade, you have to do the claw machine for.
Mm-hmm.
And like how are you gonna ever know that unless you just
do it.
just
Try.
do it? I guess they just assume that you're gonna play the claw game right away.
Yeah, or I bet maybe that's probably in the phone booth thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we get too deep into, all that. Also, I also don't want to talk too much about it because I'd love for you guys to watch the review. But just, I guess, in general, do we want to just wrap up? I mean, the sales speak for themselves. Our personal excitement, I feel like, is speaking for the quality of the game. I highly recommend it. Although the game, I think when it came out, it was $20. Is that how much? 1993 Game Boy games.
How much for Game Boy games? Like
I thought Game Boy games
They were
were
like 30. I think
they were $30. Okay, so it's a $30.
I remember
game.
paying 20 for a game once.
I think those were the player choices. Player's choice games for $20.
I mean, value is always subjective, and people clearly want to play this game. The sales are showing that.
Yeah,
I've been seeing people on Twitter saying like, "Oh, it's a good game, but it's not worth $60." I think it's worth the price.
I think it's worth the price. And also, I forgot to. We should all say what difficulty we're playing on. I'm playing on hero mode.
I'm on normal.
Normal.
Since I had beat it so recently, I'm not trying to like flex or anything. I was like, I had just beat it recently, so I was like, oh, I'll go straight to hero mode.
I never played it before.
Yeah, because
so.
I had never beat it, so like I didn't want to do hero mode.
Yeah. And then I think, but then there's like people like me. It's like, dude, there's so much value in this because I could play it again on 3 heart mode on normal, and then after I do that, I'll do it on 3 heart mode. Like those are self-imposed restrictions, but 3 heart mode for hero mode.
I don't think it's that well on normal mode. It's not that difficult to stay alive.
Yeah,
like you don't get hit that much.
I've died 40 times, I think,
and I think I've died like 5 times. But
the final boss was actually kind of giving me some trouble. But
the final boss is hard, as I recall. He was on the Game Boy when you only had 2 buttons to beat him.
Can we talk about how awesome the amiibo is?
Yeah, I own it. Who owns it?
I own it. I was showing it.
I've been thinking about getting it. I don't know.
I mean, man,
one
they're
of my
all
favorite amiibo.
They're more expensive now.
Yeah,
but they are
$16.
They're better quality.
It looks like a little toy, like a little.
Right.
What is a toy?
It is a toy. I love how like us like grown men are like, oh, it looks kind of like a toy. It's like, man, we're buying like the amiibos are toys.
But it looks like the game, and the game kind of looks like toys.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I pay a huge premium for like one that's made out of wood.
Ooh.
And I was thinking like, oh, maybe I could like commission some Etsy person to like just make me one.
Oh, probably.
That'd be kind of dope. Anyways, final thoughts on Link's Awakening?
Love it.
You should play it.
You should play it.
I guess we shouldn't talk about the negative thing.
No, we can talk about the one negative thing. I just didn't want it to like damper the whole conversation because I would have got sidetracked by it. The one negative thing about Link's Awakening is that it has some frame rate issues. I have more of a problem with it than other Game Pack members.
No, I think I feel the same way as you.
I can say without a doubt that I have not noticed the frame rate issues.
50-50 split.
Did you watch Did you watch my 7.5 hour stream or Cam's 16 hours worth of streams or 18 hours worth of streams?
Nope, because I will be picking up the game and I don't want any spoilers.
Yeah, I would have watched, but I didn't want spoilers. That's what. Oh, sorry.
Can't spoil it for me. Yeah, very good game, guys. Check it out. All right, so let's move on to. We're gonna fire through these because we're like out of time. We are out of time. The new release section of our podcast, September 24th, which is Tuesday of this week. We've got Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition coming out on PS4, Switch, Xbox One. Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear on PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition on PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. So I guess Baldur's Gate is being enhanced in preparation for the new Baldur's Gate game, which looks
coming out.
Fly. That game looks so good. I'm so excited. I love it. If you guys don't know, Baldur's Gate is Dungeons and Dragons, but like Baldur's Gate is like, I don't know, a specific brand it's everything Dungeons and Dragons. It's not like it's like Dungeons and Dragons. It is Dungeons and Dragons, like 100%, like by Wizards of the Coast or whatever, whoever.
Oh, so it's officially within that world.
Yeah, it's in the Dungeons and Dragons world, 100%.
So it's not like the Orville is Star Trek, but it actually is the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying. It very much is 100% D&D. Okay, we got Contra Rogue. Oh, that game, Rogue Corps.
Awful.
Oh, that game looks like trash. On PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC, coming out on the 24th. Also on the 24th, we've got Icewind Dale Enhanced. This a lot of games on the 24th. Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, PS4, Switch, Xbox One. Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition. What is Planescape? Is that?
I've never heard of any of these things.
I feel like that's another D&D thing. On PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. The Surge 2 is coming to... I saw that advertised.
What's
on
the
PS4,
Dark Souls like?
Xbox One, and PC. Now, finally, we get a new day. Here we go. September 25th. This is Wednesday. So the day before the podcast, you're all playing it already. It's Mario Kart Tour on iOS and Android. Review coming soon. I'm super excited for this game. September 26th, we've got Darksiders 2 Deathknit. How many times are they going to port that game?
Well,
oh my gosh.
Well, you have the other one. You have Darksiders 1.
Is on the Switch already?
It's on the Switch already, yeah.
The, like, War Master Edition?
Yeah, War Mastered.
Those are good games. You should check them out. If you can get them for a good price, they're Zelda-likes, if you guys didn't know that. They're Zelda-likes with, like a death metal theme.
I think Darksiders 3 is one of the PlayStation Plus games this
It
month.
is. I just downloaded it. So if you have PlayStation Plus, you can get it for free. Gunvolt Chronicles. Oh, is that Mighty Gunvolt? Like
Probably.
So those games are good on PS4, Switch, and PC. This is an JRPG, right?
Ease.
East
Yeah.
9, Monstrum Nox, Japan only. For our Japanese viewers, that's coming out on the 26th. Sorry, a little sassafras for me. On September 27th, we've got Code Vein coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Weren't they giving that away if you gave blood somewhere?
Wait, really?
Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm
Wish I
pretty
would've done
sure.
That game
was
looks interesting. It's like an anime Dark Souls.
Did it have to be your blood?
Oh God! Can you imagine walking up with like
Just a pint of somebody else's blood.
Oh my gosh! In like one of those like produce bags.
Oh,
that are like,
God.
Yeah.
Just go buy a box of wine.
Moving on to Dragon Quest XI-S: Echoes of an Elusive Age. Nintendo has been promoting the
I
heck
feel
out
like
of that game.
they keep it like this has been announced for release forever. Like,
Yeah,
it's, like, oh, it's coming. Now it's finally out.
It's finally coming. So
You'll never have to see it in a direct again.
Yeah, it's like
I know.
always in a direct. That's what I meant. Yeah.
it's always in a direct.
You can use a voucher on it.
Also, it's supposed to be awesome. The PS4 version is supposed to be great. So check that game out. It's been getting good reviews on other consoles. FIFA 20 is finally coming out. They always come out in September of every year. So this is not shocking, but I'm going to pick this up. I don't think we need to review it because it's probably going to be a lot like all the other ones. Except
Is
with
FIFA from Electronic Arts?
Yes, it is.
Or is that it is?
Mhm.
Yep.
But it's on the Switch it's coming to.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like
one of the
terrible
only games.
port. It's missing features. It's
Yeah.
like
They
terrible
don't do
port.
the Ultimate Team, which is like
Yeah.
the thing where you can like buy like little card packs and like build your own team, which is the big money maker for the FIFA game now. They don't even do that on the Switch. So it's
So
like,
don't get it on Switch is what you're saying.
yeah, unless you just want to really like Switch it, or FIFA is a good soccer game. So if you want like one of the best soccer games around that's modern, then grab it. But it's like if you want a better version of it, get it on. That's like EA's motto, though. It's like, if you're going to play our games, you're going to play it on a different system. So it's like, if you want the better version, get it on PS4, Xbox One, or PC. But
Okay.
I mean, I have FIFA 18 and 19 on my Xbox, so I'll probably get 20 on my Switch just to switch it up. Switch. We got also on the 27th. Gosh, there's so many games. Memora. I don't know anything about this. PS4, Switch, Xbox One, PC, Mac. This is the first time we've said Mac. Ori and the Blind Forest coming to Switch. Heck yeah. Great game. Everybody check it out.
There's a demo out now.
Oh, there's a demo. Get the demo. Guys, that's used to be a Microsoft exclusive, but Microsoft doesn't really care about that stuff anymore, so I almost said a different word. So check it out on the Switch. It's a great game. It's one of the best platformers to come out in the last... Well, actually, it's super old. So in the last 10 years.
In the last few months.
In the last few years. Tropico 6 is coming to PS4, Xbox One. Never got into that franchise, but people like it. And then lastly, we've got Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2, Dragon Quest 3 remasters coming to the Switch on the 27th, I guess, to celebrate Dragon Quest 11S coming out. I'm excited. I had Dragon Warrior, which is what they called it in North America before they called it Dragon Quest, because Dragon Quest was a board game and they couldn't get the rights to the name in North America. So I had Dragon Warrior on my Nintendo Entertainment System. And that game had some very terrible UI issues. Like, if you wanted to go up a set of stairs, you had to go to the thing that looked like stairs, stand on it, press the A button, then a menu would pop up. Then you would scroll over to the word stairs so the game would know that you wanted to walk upstairs to interact with the tile. It's real bad. Like, I couldn't believe it. So, it's really good game design. So I'm hoping that they took that feature out for these remakes, because I'll probably grab the first one just for nostalgia reasons. But those are fun JRPGs. And that's it for what's coming out. Dang, that was like 10 minutes of
That's a lot
new
of
games. That was a lot of games. Hope you guys got all your allowances and your birthday money saved up. Cool. Let's move on to what we're playing, because that's how we end every podcast except I think one. I'm playing Link's Awakening and Hyrule Warriors because that is just a game you can play without thinking. You can just smash the A button like over and over and over, or I think it's a B button. Sorry, smash the B button over and over again. And I just I remembered that Marin is a DLC character, and Marin is the girl from Link's Awakening. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, no way. Like, I want to check that out. So I been playing as Marin in Hyrule Warriors, and that's been really fun. She's got
she have a windfish attack or something?
She's got like the sea bell thing, and if you charge up your special, the windfish drops out of the sky on everybody. It's awesome. And the windfish looks so cool. No spoilers.
Do you have the Switch version or?
Yes, the definitive Switch version. And I think I have the Wii U version also, but we don't talk about Wii U anymore. And I've been streaming Borderlands, the pre-sequel, on Twitch. If you guys are wondering where my content's at, it's on Twitch right now because I'm mad at YouTube for reasons that we can't really get into right now because it would add probably 90 minutes onto this podcast. And so we're hanging on. I'm streaming on Twitch, usually late night. With StubDub. So if you want to get in on some PG-13 content, head on over to Twitch. All right, that's me. That's my time. John?
I've been playing Link's Awakening as well. Mm-hmm. About 5 hours into that. It's really good. And I also picked up Untitled Goose Game, which Dan did a first 15 on.
Check
that out too.
Definitely watch it.
That game is... I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
Could you explain it by going?
Yeah, it's just honking. It's like honk, honk.
Did you find some of the puzzles to be kind of convoluted?
Well, I only did like the first part of it, and it's I don't know. They were very obscure puzzles.
Yeah,
and the one was frustrating. Like the very first one that you have to do, is pretty frustrating because the farmer is annoying and he doesn't leave you alone. But I got it done. It took me a while. I got it done.
This is really funny. To hear secondhand what you're explaining, it's just really funny.
Well, you have to
because I get it, and I watched Dan's first 15, but it's just like...
Dan, did you get any further? Like, did you play any more?
I haven't played much of anything because I messed up my back last week, and so I've been out of commission for like the entire week. I really want to dig into more of Untitled Goose Game and figure out, because I watched a couple of people's playthrough, and the things that I did in the first 15 should have worked. Like, 2 of the things should have been 2 different ways to solve the first thing, but neither of them worked for me, and I don't know why.
Maybe the farmer wasn't close enough or something.
Maybe, but so I look forward to digging into it. I watched my wife play a little bit of it, and she immediately found her way right on in. Like, what the heck?
That's something I'm never gonna say. I watched my wife play a video game. By the way, guys, I'm getting married in 17 days or something like that.
Dang.
Also, it's my birthday this week, so everybody wish me a happy birthday in the comments.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. All right, Cam, bring us home. Last thing.
I have been playing nothing but Link's Awakening, because whenever a new Zelda game releases, I go hard, and I just beat it.
As you should.
Yeah.
Very good. That's awesome. Guys, that was a really fun podcast. We really didn't get off topic. We just gabbed a lot about everything. So anyways, I thought it was great, and it was cool talking with you guys. As always, it's always fun. Thank you, John. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Dan. Don't forget, guys, to check out everybody's individual channels, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, whatever the heck we're doing. The links are in the description. Leave a comment, because we respond to all the comments. Leave a comment down below, and join the Discord. And that's all the plugs, right?
I think so.
Nailed it.
Also,
Nailed it.
Wait, did we plug the Google Play and?
No, we didn't. But
okay.
We also have an audio podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. And I'm sure that there's an ad break in here that said that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. I like to, every couple of podcasts, I like to really hammer home how much we appreciate it. There's so many things you could be doing on the internet, and you chose to watch this podcast or listen to this podcast. And I know all 4 of us are very, very grateful. So thank you guys very much. Have an amazing rest of your week, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.